Hello everybody, how you all doing? It's Callum Vale here from Old 7 TV. I hope you're all doing great. Now, Unai Emery is now at Bodymore Heath and he cannot train this team yet because his work permit has been sorted out, but officially this was the first day that we were told he would be officially Villa manager, November the 1st, and he's officially arrived. And he likes to play a 4-2-3-1, which is the same formation that Dean Smith loved to play when we was under him as manager. And it worked pretty successfully because during the COVID season, when fans weren't allowed back in stadiums, we actually finished 11th, which is the highest we ever finished. And that was, I believe, bang on 10 years. 10 years before we finished ninth. So it was a step in the right direction. And Steven Gerrard doesn't really seem to play the same way that Dean Smith and Unai Emery had done. And that's his preferred formation, Unai Emery, playing a 4-2-3-1. So it's one that we're familiar with, and it's one that Aaron Danks had experimented with against Brentford when we won 4-0 on Sunday. But I think that... voice crack. Sorry about that, guys. I think that this is going to be just a very important week. Not just week, but we've also got another really hard game against Brentford, and they're absolutely flying at the moment, as well as Newcastle. Losing 4-0 isn't a good result at the best of times, really. But if it would have been a close game, maybe lose a 1-0 or a draw or 2-1 or something like that, it would be okay to take, really. But 4-0, it was embarrassing. It could have been 5, 6 or 7. They hit every single bit of that woodwork on Saturday, and they're flying, and I wish them all the best of luck for the season. They deserved every single bit of that in the second half. Now, from the first half, we actually had a few chances. I know that Bailey took on Dan Burn, and Buendia took a touch when he got squared to him. All he had to do was hit that first time and hit the target, and he could be looking at a goal, and that could have changed the whole complexion of the game. But even when we had that penalty, regardless, it was a pretty even game. But the second half, we just came out there and did nothing. We did nothing. Danny Ings had no service up there, and it was pretty quiet throughout the whole game. In a few individual performances, Douglas Luiz was a little bit off the ball. Matty Cash was at fault. Tyrone Mings had made some stupid decisions going into that game on Saturday when he actually pushed Amron into the advertisement board. Just stupid little things like that kind of ruin our performances week in and week out. And I don't really think we'll get a result next week against Brighton, because we haven't won away from home at all this whole season. And you couldn't have wished for a harder 3 games. We've got United on Sunday, and then we've got them again in the Carabao Cup. So yeah, not very good at all. And you could see us out the cup at the moment, because United are a very good organised side. They were dominant against West Ham United on the Sunday. So we've got Brighton as well, as I've touched on before, and they've just recently won against Chelsea. And it's not looking good from a Villa point of view. And I think that if some Villa fans think that Unai Emery is going to come into this team in the dressing room and just work a miracle and get these Villa players performing, it's going to take a lot more than that. It's going to take at least 2 windows. It's going to take a full window. It might even take him a little bit more than that. Now, there was rumours that we was linked with Jeremy Pino and Nicholas Jackson from Villarreal, both good players. And I want to touch on something. For all of you that said that Jeremy Pino's stats aren't good enough, well, Buendia's stats aren't that good enough now. Ollie Watkins' stats are not good enough now. You know, it can't get any bad. It can't get any worse with the players that we have right now. And I think that it could be a potentially good transfer in the next few years when he fully evolves. But you know, we need to stop being so delusional, because Buendia is not good enough at the moment. Now, he had a few good games for Villa, and I don't really know that on Sunday. I don't think he was even half the player he was at the start of the season. And with Ollie Watkins too, I just don't really see all the hype. And now I just think that it's a it's a joy waste of time in being at this club if you can't finish the ball. It took him 3 chances to actually score a goal against Brentford, and he's just putting in all these dross performances. And I don't really see how we've made a profit on the value that we signed him for. All these players that we've signed from the start of us being in the Premier League, after we got the result against Derby in the final, and then we spent all that money, and look where they've all gone now. Trezeguet, we spent around 25-30 million for. He's now in the Turkish league, and make no mistake, he'll be a good player in that Turkish league, because there's only like 3 or 4 good teams in the Turkish league anyway. So it's pretty much like him being in the Championship in a sense, in a English football sense, with the quality and things like that. But you know, even with Steven Gerrard, Rangers and Celtic are the only 2 teams who are going to compete for anything. And you could argue that it was the wrong move for him at the time and things like that. But what do you guys think about that? Because it was a huge move and it was a massive gamble in the end. And I just want us Villa fans to maybe give Unai Emery just a little bit longer to settle in, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be a quick fix. And I just don't want Villa fans to be thinking that at this moment in time, because it's going to be a really, really hard season, and we've got to grind some results out, and the owners have got to back Unai Emery as well, because it's going to be a massive season, and we've got a real good chance of getting into the Europa League at the moment, because there's no other man better for this job. And you know, I'm really excited, but also we've got to expect a roller coaster ride if we want to get up into Europe and things like that. Because at the moment, our ambitions couldn't be far from delusional right now, because it just doesn't seem that it's going to be likely with performances that we put in, especially the one on Saturday against Newcastle. It just doesn't seem achievable. So, what's your guys' thoughts on the appointment of Unai Emery? Let me know. And what do you think he will do at Villa Park? Will he be a success? And will we make the charge for Europe in the next few seasons? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Take care, and up the Villa.